What is up, guys? It is CK with Valley Boys Digimon TCG. Welcome back to the channel. Today I got some gameplay for EX03. We have Aegisdramon on the left and Mastemon on the right. I'm playing Aegisdramon and my buddy James, aka Paradox, is playing on the right with the Mastemon deck. Opens up with a MasteMommy giving me lots of memory, and he recovers one. So with all that memory, I'm kind of deciding, do I build in raising, do I build out front? And I decided to go ahead and drop that Drabumon to get a card draw. Tobyomon is so good in this deck, a 1-cost Evo. And then I get up to the Megaseedramon, who is clutch in this deck. Megaseedramon is kind of the core of this deck more than Aegisdramon, I feel, because he gets the combo really rolling. I still have turn, so I decide, you know what, let's just go for the Plesiomon play, give him 3, and then we have a few options of what to play out, but we decide to go, originally I was going to go Tobyomon, I decided to change my mind, let that Gabumon play out so that we can get an extra card draw off of that to help increase our size, and then we can add another under the source, so we add the Gomamon, so we can take advantage of Megaseedramon's ability next turn. Now he gets the Psychmon in raising, and if I recall, he was not having the best early hand in this game. A lot of thinking of what to do. Yeah, see, he Evo's the Gatomon in raising, not usually something you see, but I think he was trying to counter any bounce play I potentially have next turn. So Gatomon in raising seems a bit weird. It's usually a hard play. And then he decides just to pass turn. So now we got a Crabmon in raising. Crabmon's another great piece to the combo this deck can do. So we'll swing with Plesio to play out that Gomamon. That Gomamon will let us draw 2 cards. And Gazimon, nothing to worry about there. Go into the Aegisdramon in raising. I think, yeah. So we swing the Gabumon. Ooh, and he's deciding what to pop. He goes with the Gomamon, or sorry, send to the top of the... So it's definitely an interesting choice. I don't know why he didn't send Plesio. Maybe he thought Gomamon still had a swing or something, but Gomamon was just played out. So since Plesio still, we'll go into Aegisdramon. We'll use his effect to play out the Megaseedramon. So if Plesio's inherited states when you play a Digimon from your source, you can return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck at the same level, not same or lower. So I play out the Megaseedramon so I can bounce the MasteMommy to the bottom of the deck. So here he'll move out and go into the Lady Devimon for 1 cost. We're kind of discussing the effects. He's trying to understand what the effects are. Not a lot of people are playing the Aegisdramon, or he hasn't faced enough lately, so he's still choosing what to discard with Lady Devimon's effect. And then he decides to hit me with the Death X. Death X is one of the biggest problems this deck has because you explode out your board really wide really quickly. It's very easy to kind of get lost. But he gives us a lot of memory, 9 memory here. So it's a lot of potential plays. We got about 3 swings. So go to Megaseedramon again. Looks like we're going to try to build again. We swing the Megaseedramon so that we can play out the Crabmon. Now we can give jamming to Megaseedramon itself, I believe. And then we can tuck another card underneath. But when you play that Aegisdramon, it's just asking for it to be Death X'd. So it looks like we put the Waymon underneath. See, hit, nothing to worry about. Just a little Candlemon there. Still taking some time to think of our plays. It looks like I go back into another Aegisdramon. Aegisdramon lets me play out from, I believe, any source, not just his own sources. So I use it to, and he's reading over the card just to make sure that we're reading it correctly. Yeah, so that lets me play out the Waymon, and this is where I made my mistake. I forgot to place something. I forgot to Evo that Crabmon, but it let me bounce the Lady Devimon to the bottom of the deck, which is, I mean, Aegisdramon has such a strong removal play if you get your sources set up right. Now we're going to go ahead and swing with it. Brings out the Meikumon, the security Meikumon. And I'm just trying to decide what's the best play to go forward. We know that Crabmon's going to die. We swing the Megaseedramon and we give him a Memory Tamer. So the Death X is going to pop my level 3s. but everything else is level 5. And then I just play the blue memory boost here, get me an extra something, another Crabmon to Evo later, or to hard play for jamming later, and then we do a Davis. Good memory tamer, get another Mega Aegisdramon. And then Crabmon dies thanks to end of turn effect of Death X. I still have full security. Actually, I have 6 security because of the Chaos deck. So, and he only has 1 left, so it's pretty much game over for here unless he can find a way to wipe my board, which even a second Death X wouldn't do because I wouldn't. 2 of those Digimon won't de-digivolve. So we get another Lady Debbie to get some cycling going. Still trying to decide what's the best thing to trash, but I think he's kind of under the opinion that it's kind of over at this point. He can try to. So he swings over the Aegis there. Lady Devi, she is still a big level 5. An 8k level 5 is pretty beefy. Swings over most other level 5s in the game. Most level 5s tend to be 7k. She's one of the 8k, so she's a pretty big body. Swings, gets the removal in. And then she goes into the Mastemon there. Yeah, she gets her recovery and gain a memory. Puts me to the 3 I would have with Davis anyway. Alright, he's back to 2 security. I have 2 Mon on board. Get the Crabmon and Raising. Decide to just go in. Dies to the Chaos Lucemon. And then I believe we have, yep, Lobo for game. Still got the Lobo for game. So, nice first round or first match there in our best of. You can see Aegisdramon has some pretty good control aspects. It was able to keep up and actually outpace Mastemon's board control. So, fun deck. I really like it. So here we go to game 2. We got Madoki Betamon, and then I play the Dracomon. Now you'll see Dracomon also shows that I have the Cordramon there. The Dracomon actually works really well with this deck because you have a lot of Dramons. A B-Dramon, C-Dramon, Mega C-Dramon, Aegisdramon. There's a bunch of Dramons in this deck, so it's actually a pretty good tech to have in this deck. I believe I only run 2 of. So it's nice to get some pieces because there's a hit on almost every level with that Dracomon. And then you'll see he does the typical Gatomon, swing in, hit a Meikumon. Not good for me. I have him setting up with 2 Mons on board, and then I'm forced to use my Lobomon and Raising. One of the things I hate doing is having to go into Lobomon. I like to save him for endgame, but I had no choice. I had no level 4s here. But we get a Mega Aegisdramon set up to kind of go wide next turn. Now you see he goes into the Lady Devimon for 1. And then he's just kind of deciding what he wants to do next. He's got a Candle and Raising, Meiku, Lady Devi, finishing Lady Devi's effect to trash things from hand. And then decides to go with the TK, passing me 2 and getting himself a Magna Angemon. So I'm trying to decide if it's smart to raise or not with only 2 memory. I think I do have a Hammer Spark in hand in case I want to go up to a level 6, although that's assuming I have a level 6. So still deciding what to do to start my turn. And decide to finally bring out the Megadramon. Now, some of the plays are slow. This wasn't competition. This was just some casual play. So we both took our time. I honestly have been out for almost a whole month. Haven't gotten to play. So go ahead and go into the Metal Seedramon so that I can play out my Madoki. So I have a memory blocker out. Not that there's anything that really block. And then sure enough, I hit the Chaos Egg. I did gain a memory from the Bukamon beforehand. That's another thing when you play out from sources. That egg is crucial for this deck. And then we just play the blue memory boost to try to see if we can get some pieces that we need. Seeing that there's no level 4s in there. Yep, I guess I go for the level 6. I get the Kingwaymon to hand. Draws, promotes. We haven't done a 3 security, but anybody who's played any sort of yellow recovery deck knows that that's not much. They can recover. There you go. Magna Angemon to get the recovery. And then end of turn, he has the whole Wombo combo there to go into Maste to pop my Madoki. and also bring out that Chaos Lucemon. Not looking good for me. He has the wide board and I'm basically empty, so we Evo and Raising, go into that Tobiomon, then go into Waymon. Still have turn, so we decide to go ahead, and I think we're going to do the King. Yep, yeah, we're going to King Waymon here. King Waymon was a fun deck for me a few formats back, which is what got me really excited for Aegisdramon. So here we go. Mastemon swings in, Metal Seadra. Then we got Chaos Lucid, just it's a Crabmon. My security is not going to save me. I don't think I really ran any big removal in this deck, so there's not much for him to be too worried about, I would say. Swings the Meiku, hits a Plesio, goes into the Gatomon. It's always weird to see people evo into that Gatomon. I'm so used to seeing it hard played. And then gets into the Lady Devi for 1. It's actually a pretty good play there to go up the ladder and get some cycle going. And then plays the Gazimon to prevent me from using that that blue memory boost. So I am at 2. I don't have a memory blocker. He gains a memory back. So I am at 2. I go ahead and swing with the King Waymon, which will let me play out the Waymon. Now, I think we're choosing the order to resolve the effect. So King Waymon's effect first when I play a source, bounce something level 4 or lower. Then Waymon's effect when I can now play out the Crabmon to get jamming. And then we declare Bukamon's effect last so that I can gain the memory now that Gazimon's been bounced due to the King Waymon effect. And then we get to tuck under another Digimon. So we have jamming, so it's fine. That Mastemon was a big body for King Waymon, but since we played out that Crabmon, we got jamming, and we got to play another card underneath. Now here's where I'm kind of stuck because I have no way of slowing his board down. Ideally, maybe if I had an Aegisdramon, maybe if I had tucked in an Aegisdramon. So I popped the blue memory boost, and I decided to go into Aegisdramon, which will let me play out the Piranhamon that I added. Piranhamon's pretty cool level 5 because it has Rush. So in this deck, it's an extra free swing there. So Piranhamon goes in. I feel like if I had the Aegisdramon, that would have been the better play because Aegisdramon would have played out unsuspended and given me a blocker somewhere on field, which probably would have helped me for the next turn because he's got 3 on board plus the 4th Digimon Raising. Now, if I had, instead of King Waymon, the Plesio, I could have bounced one of those level 5s to the bottom of the deck, but I didn't, so unfortunately, he just has to promote and swing out, and there's really nothing in my security that could bounce. I don't think I have any removal right now in this current build. So swings in, dies, 2 security, 3 attacks coming. This should be game. Survives, and Lady Devi for game. So yep, I did not, like I said, I don't think I ran much removal. I think I'm gonna consider taking some back in. That could help me in these situations. But it's just that the Aegisdramon or the Plesiomon effect bounces things to the bottom of the deck, not to hand, but bottom of deck, and it's such a strong card that I feel like I can just rely on that as my main source of removal. But unfortunately, I didn't get to see it this game. I wasn't able to get the combo going like I did game 1. So here in game 2, we have Gomamon to Aegisdra and then to Megaseedramon. This is probably one of the perfect stacks. It's debatable whether you want Gomamon or if you want Crabmon first. It just depends on what you're playing against. I'm okay with Gomamon first as it helps me get the card draw. So we swing, gain a memory from Buka, draw 2 from Goma, and survive our... Oh no, we don't survive our check. That was a Lady Devimon, 8k. Like I said, that Lady Devimon can take out most 5ks in the game, and unfortunately, that popped our stack. So now we're going to have to rebuild. So we're going to... Since that Gomamon's there, I think we... Oh, no, we play the Davis. And I should take... Yep, Tobiomon. Take the Tobiomon. And then just Evo him and choke him at 1. So now we got to rebuild. Because we're hoping that Megaseedramon lived, I believe. But we should still have cards in hand to rebuild. Luckily, those Gomamon draws are so crucial for this deck because there's a lot of pieces and combos you can do. You just need to get your draws. So it looks like he didn't have much, so he just had to Hell Scythe me. So now I'm completely out, but I still have plenty in hand. So we got Crabmon. Looks like we got the Aegisdramon, and he did give me plenty of memory, so I can really go up the ladder. Mega Seadramon's there. And now it's just a question of what should I do here. I think, yep, we have that Dracomon again to get us our... Oh, that's a horrible... Bottom decking 2 Plesios and the Lobomon. That is a bad play for... That Dracomon really hurt us there because those are cards we want in hand. Plesio and Lobomon are our kind of our win cons. So we swing, we get to play at the level 3, get jamming, and then his effect, I can place another blue Digimon underneath. I believe it's level 5 or lower, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong there. So I think that is the Piranhamon. So we hit a Gatomon, we survived, good. Luckily I still have a Plesio in hand. I know I bottom decked 2 of them, but I do run a full set of Plesio because it's the main of this deck, one of the mains. So we get to play out the Aegisdramon. Okay, on Evo, play out the Aegisdramon, which will then put blocker. I think I give blocker to Aegisdramon himself, and then when he's played from a source, you unsuspend that Digimon. So Plesio gets to unsuspend and Aegisdramon lets Plesio unsuspend, and then I can give blocker to any of my Digimon, not just Plesio or Aegisdra. I think I give it to Aegisdra. I think that's my play here because I intend to try to swing again with Plesio. And if I'm not mistaken, I get to place any Digimon, any blue Digimon card under its sources. Is that still a thing? Oh, maybe not. Oh, we already did. I think we already did. Okay, so we swing again, and now we go into the Aegisdramon for 3, or for 4, I should say, giving them 3, and then playing out the Piranhamon, which is kind of pointless. Really, the Piranhamon play, you want to do it while you keep turn. This way you can attack with Piranhamon. He's not gonna get to this time. But we do have a very wide board, and he doesn't have much going on. I think this game was very bricky for him, even worse than game 1. But ooh, we get Death X. So Death X is gonna de-digivolve and then clear most of my board. So now it's gonna be harder to win this turn. And on top of that, he Death X'd and still has turn. That's the problem with, again, Aegisdramon. You go so wide, you have such a wide board state that you're, again, Death X is going to be one of those things that everybody's just going to play against you. You got to find a way to get around it. And then he Chaos Degs my Plesio. Chooses to put it on the top and then trash it. So now we're down to a pretty empty board state, but we got a good amount of memory. So maybe there's something we can do here. And I believe there is. So we're going to go ahead and go into the Metal Seadramon. Yeah, this is the play. This is the play. So you go into the Metal Seadramon, and then still have 4 memory. I can go into Aegis, who will let me play out the Metal Seadramon, who will then bounce both of those Meikus to hand. Yeah, that's the smart play there, because now I got can remove some of his board, and then just have to worry about playing around the Death X. So we'll swing Aegis. He can still swing. Nothing to worry there in security. And then I guess we should just drop a rookie here. Yeah. Get that Gabumon just to get an extra draw, and then have something for Death X to eat. And now he's down to 1 security, so we're definitely threatening lethal here. He has to use Death X to swing over my big boy, and then I guess he's hoping he has another removal, perhaps, in hand. Try to get rid of Metal Seadramon. He's trying to see if he has any sort of outs here to survive. And we have the Flame Hell Scythe, which will let him play the Magna Angemon. There we go, recovery, and now he's up to 2. So here's where it gets kind of tricky. You gotta decide what to do. So I decided to keep in raising, go into the Aegisdramon. We'll go ahead and swing Metal Seadramon. Ooh, memory boost, not good. And then we just play a Sora and Joe. Guess we want to have the extra memory for next turn. And then Death X should proc there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so Metal Aegisdramon's the only thing on board, so he'll die to the Death X effect. Now he's got some advantage here. Swings Death X, just the little Gabumon. He can kind of swing away. I have one Digimon in Raising, and he's got one security. And I believe I only play one hybrid in this deck, so I could have bottom decked it already. So he's gonna go ahead and go up to the Meiku, pop the Reinforce, and now he's got a way to get big again. There we go. He's got a purple and a yellow level 5. He's ready to make the move. So he's going to, there we go. Here's our Mastemon play. He's going to put the Chaos Luce, which will then pop a Tamer. He chooses to pop my Sorenjo. Probably a smart place to make sure that I don't go above 3. Oh, but then he hits the blue memory boost. And then he goes into the Ophani fall down mode. Unfortunately, though, he doesn't have a yellow source, so he doesn't get the recovery. So that's kind of clutch for me. Able to survive a turn. Go into the Mega Aegisdramon, pop the blue to go back to 3. And we are going to go ahead and... Do we have another Aegisdramon to do the play? So we'll swing. We play out the Crabmon to gain a memory from Bukamon, and we gain jamming, and then we get to put another source underneath. I think I'm just, yep, a Gomamon. We hit the Meiku to give him another one. Okay, so we got another Meiku on board. So how to get around this? Go into the Metal Aegisdramon, putting us at 1 memory, and then I think we just do the Metal Aegisdramon loop again. We go into Aegisdramon. We should be going to Aegisdramon so that we can at least bounce the Meikumon. Otherwise, he's got lethal. Yep, looks like that's what we're... Hammer Spark, okay. So that we won't pass over too much memory. Okay, that's the play. Oh no. Oh, okay, so we play out the Aegisdramon to give Aegisdramon blocker and unsuspend. And then, of course, we lose our Crabmon. So really, we just have to survive this turn. Aegisdramon will let us block one of the attacks. So he only has 4 attacks, and we have 3 security, but a blocker. So Aegisdramon will pop or block just about anything and survive except the Death X. So we try not to block the Death X. And hopefully, if we still get a Aegisdramon, we have game, as long as we keep a Aegisdramon on board. So he swings, just hits a Tobio, swings. No, he's thinking about what to swing next. I think you swing the Death X last. And we hit a Cordramon. Oh, that's so clutch. That is so clutch right now, because he's probably planning to get rid of the Aegis and then play something to pop the Aegisdra. But that Cordramon gives us the extra body so that we can swing for game. Really, he should have swung Death X last, I feel. This way, when Aegis blocks, he would have died to the Death X. But here, now I can block any one of those Mons and remove him because he's 14k, and Mastemon right now is a 13k. So it should be able to block and beat Mastemon. I miss that where he gains memory for that, so... But I think we're in a good position here. I think we have game. He can swing with Meiku still, unless he intends on building something else. I'd say this was a very, very long match. Pretty close match, honestly. Really, game 1 was one-sided, game 2 was one-sided, and game 3 was our close match. We're both down to 0 security. And then he decides to play the Anjouwomon to give me minus security, but Aegisdramon's effect, when they play a Digimon, I can play another one out. So here comes another Digimon they can swing. So even though Aegis can't, I have all the other attacks there. So anyways, guys, fun game, fun matchup. I really love the Aegisdramon deck, but let me know what you think, and thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.